What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the video today here on Charleston Car Videos. What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's video. Today I'm gonna be real and upfront with you. I'm gonna tell you what I hate about a Dodge Durango. I'm telling you right now what I absolutely hate about a Dodge Durango. You know, I've been riding around in Dodge Durangos for quite some time. I mean, since high school, man. One of these girlfriends of my wife, you know, me and my wife we dated back to high school. We were in school together. We used to be boyfriend and girlfriend back in 11th grade, and my girlfriend back then, Miss Nicole, her best friend Christina drove a Dodge Durango, and that thing was about as ugly as I ever could think, but I would never tell her that or she'd probably slap me upside the head. But I didn't like Dodge Durangos back then, and I sure as hell don't really like them all that much now. And I'm gonna show you why, okay? I'm gonna back up the reasons why I don't like it. Now this right here, folks, is a Dodge Grand Caravan. And there's a lot of people that come out here on this car lot and say, you know, I got 6 kids, I got 8 kids, and I'm just not driving a damn minivan, Chad. You know, people my age in their late 20s or 30s saying, I'm not driving a minivan. I'm not doing it, not doing it, not doing it, right? Well, you don't have to drive a minivan, okay? No, Dodge, they did something for you. Even though the minivan's probably a little more economical, a little more room in there to get all your gear in with that many kids, you know, it'd probably be really, you know, the best choice for a family of 6 or 5 or even 4 children, you know? I mean, a minivan's really the way to go. You know, at some point you're gonna have to say, you know, I decided to have 4 children, and I'm turning into the Brady Bunch. I'm turning into a family that needs a minivan, right? Well, Dodge got really smart back in the day, and they said we're gonna make something that you might want to drive. Family that don't want a minivan, we're gonna build a SUV with 3rd row seats, and we're gonna call it a Dodge Durango. Well, stay with us. I'm gonna show you what I can't stand about a Durango today. All right, everybody. So here's the Dodge Durango, right? I mean, it's a big SUV. It actually has gotten smaller looking, if you ask me, right? Compared to other Dodge Durangos, it really has gotten a little bit smaller. Well, I'm gonna show you one today that's got over 200,000 miles, 6 years old. That means, well, today it's November 2018, almost December, and this is a vehicle that is a 2012, okay? So it's 6 years, give or take a little time, right? They come out usually a year early. But anyways, this is a Durango, 2012 Durango. Nothing special about this one. It's just pretty much a base model car. No sunroof, no power tailgates, anything like that. But I'm going to show you kind of how this vehicle has deteriorated over 200,000 miles, right? And 6 years. Now, I will not, even though it does have some dents and some dings and things like that, I will not really talk about that so much on this video, okay? Because dents, dings, and scratches have nothing to do with the manufacturer, do they? No, they don't, okay? I mean, this right here, this dent here and this bumper tearing up and all that, that has nothing to do with the manufacturer. Dodge did not say, I'm gonna sell you a vehicle with dents and dings. The person that owned it, that's their fault, okay? So that's not Dodge's fault. But what I will show you is some things inside the car that just have kind of deteriorated, right? And this is some reasons why I really don't like Dodge all that much, because they're kind of known for that, right? Like this condensation in a taillight. A lot of auto manufacturers have that problem, don't they? They sure do. So that's one little thing. I can't stand a bunch of condensation in a taillight. Let's pop this up. Now, what do we see back here? A lot of storage space, right? 3rd row seats. Do we have any complaints in the back right now? No, don't have any problems with this back here. This is all very nice. I mean, there's nothing really all that difficult about it. I mean, of course, it'd be nice if they had like Ford and Chevy does. You got some buttons in here. You can push things down and all that, right? And maybe they did on some of your higher trim levels, but you know, like things like this here, why this seat's just not going down all the way, right? That's not good, is it? Nope, sure not. Okay, that one does, but that one doesn't, right? So that makes you wonder, you know, is there something over there clogging us up, or is it just bad craftsmanship, you know? So think about that for a moment, okay? That's all I'm saying. Hard plastic all over the place inside this car is hard plastics, okay? That's letting you know this is not a very expensive vehicle, but the shock still works, so that's good. And there's a lot of automobiles out there that do have hard plastic. This gray primer color in here, kind of cheap looking. You get what I'm saying? It's like they didn't take the extra time to make that black, right? Maybe that's the deal with a lot of manufacturer vehicles. But they did take the time to put lights up here. That's actually a good thing. Hell, I might damn see a few things on this Durango today that might make me like it. That's what I'm hoping for. Anyways, here's the key. No problem with that. Open her up. Let's take a look at the door panel. More hard plastics, okay? Well, actually, I take that back. This is a little bit soft up here. Hard there. You know, just, it's not very, here's the thing, folks, okay? Nobody said that the Durango, this particular one here, was going to be a high-end vehicle, you know? It probably was a inexpensive, you know, SUV back in the day when it had it. I mean, still probably in the upper 20s and 30,000 range, but still. But here's one thing that really just kind of irks my nerves. Those right there. How in the hell did they do that? I mean, some customer told me the other day ago, they said, well, the customer probably liked flicking on that, or they touched the button one too many times when trying to do the windows, right? Well, listen, that's a bunch of BS, okay? This does not happen on a regular basis in cars. Everybody likes to hit the button to roll the window down, to roll the window up. So that's not something that will happen just from touching it or clicking it up and down. This is just poor craftsmanship on the vehicle manufacturer, plain and simple. Why do I say that, right? Because the same thing has happened over there with that one. So you got both of them up front doing that. Let's step inside and we'll get to showing a few things in here, and I'll let you know what's also good about the inside of the Durango. Now, before we actually sit down in this seat, again, folks, 200,000 miles. This is kind of what your seat looks like after it's been sat in for 200,000 miles. Pretty worn in, okay? This is just, it's nice to see this, folks. It really is, you know? This is like a condition report of a 2012 car, 6 years old, which really isn't that old for a car, right? I mean, you buy a car, you finance a car, a lot of times for 6 years or 5-year financing, right? A lot of people, they sign the paperwork. I'm going to finance my car for 60 months. That's 5 years. 72's gotten popular. That's 6 years. So, I mean, you could still be financing and paying payments on this car, and this is what it technically could look like. But again, not the manufacturer's fault due to cigarette burns in the seat. That ain't got a damn thing to do with Dodge. That's got to do with a nasty customer that just doesn't give a shit about what they're driving, okay? This right here, though, a little different. You know, could that right there be because of the manufacturer using a cheap material up on here? Why else would that happen from a customer? I mean, you laying your arm there, is that going to cause that unless you're some kind of werewolf and got some really hard, stringy hairs on your arms? How else would that happen? Are you sitting here picking at it while driving down the road? Probably not. So that just doesn't seem right, okay? The steering wheel, same thing. Look how just beat up and tore up it's became. Look at this, folks. Okay, once again, you're starting to see some heavy wearage going on right around here. So that's not good. I'll show you another thing to pay attention to. Again, 210,000 miles on a Durango. Look down here. These pedals, I'm actually pretty surprised right now. A lot of times on high mileage cars that they're riding in the city, this is going to be worn down and worn out. This one, not so much. So what that tells me is possibly, just maybe, the person that owned this did more highway miles than city miles. Because again, the brake pedal's not worn all out. The same with down on the floor. If it was a lot of city mileage, man, you are wearing out these floors and carpets due to just scooting and moving your feet in and out, getting in and out of the car all the time, okay? So just remember that. Another thing to look at is right here on your seatbelt. That seatbelt looks really nice, actually. It's not all worn out, it's not all torn up or frayed or anything like that. So that tells me that this seatbelt here is in pretty good shape. This has got to be a highway driven car up on the interstates. But other things, you know, it's just, there's a lot of people that would be extremely happy to own this Dodge Durango here, even though it has 210,000 miles on it. But it's just, again, the manufacturer uses cheap materials on cars, which causes these vehicles to wear out a lot faster than your typical more higher end car, or maybe a Chevrolet or a Ford. Okay? See in here, look, these right there, they got these little plastic things. Boom, already broken out. It's only been 6 years, people. This already looking pretty bad in here. Okay? Anyways, just looking around to see, you know, if things are broken or anything like that. So far we're doing good, but right above my head here, take a look. This is already broken. I mean, that should not be broken after 6 years of owning a vehicle. So something happened. I don't know if a man or a woman got in a fight in here and tore it off, or the lady looked in the mirror and said, I'm not happy with my makeup, and just ripped it off, or what. This plastic looks worn out up top. But, you know, things like that just shouldn't be gone. You understand what I'm saying? Even this button does not work. There is no rolling the windows up or down on the front of this car at all right now. And you can only imagine how much it's going to cost to buy new of those and then get them put in. Anyways, let's go take a look in the back seats for a moment and see what's going on back there. Other than that, pretty happy with the way the buttons have worn off, or not worn off, but just the wearage on the buttons have done pretty good. You can still see the red, you can see the black. But one thing that's been odd on this car I've noticed while test driving it with people, and it did it just now, is the AC. Okay, the fans cut on and then they cut off on their own. Okay, there's no constant airflow coming out of this fan while I have my fan speed all the way up. As you can see, there's no air hardly blowing through here at all right now, and I got my fan all the way up. Okay, on top of that, I got heat all the way up. I don't feel a first bit of heat coming through here. Okay, so let's cut the AC, or now we cut it off. Cut it on. So that tells me, though, something's going on with the system in here. See, it's on number 3. Let's go up. Now it's starting to blow again. So something's going on right there, and it doesn't have any heat, but again, the car just cranked up. Check engine light is obviously on. You got that going on there. I mean, there's a lot of little things with the car that this one just hasn't been taken care of by anybody that's ever owned it. You know, it definitely could be a rental vehicle or something like that, because rental cars are some of the worst because people just don't take care of rentals. You know, it's not their car. They don't give a damn. They're driving it and getting rid of it. But anyways, the ceilings are really dirty up top. You know, when you're in here looking with your human eye, you don't see it as much, but when that camera gets up there and looks around like that, you can really see all the discoloration going on up on that roof, and it's just dirty in different areas. A good detail guy will get in here and clean that up for us and make it look a little bit nicer. But again, it's going to cost some money to get a detail guy in here to actually clean stuff up like that and wipe every little crack and crevice down. Like that seat right there, my goodness. Looks like someone took a poopy right there and just rolled out. Luckily, it doesn't stink inside the car, but it's not summertime either, folks. Now, will you wait until summertime comes and it's 100 degrees out here and these cars are 120 inside? Every smell that you could think of inside of a vehicle will literally come up and out of the carpets, out of the seats. Boy, you'll have a stinking car in the summertime. So pay attention to that as well, folks, when you're out there used car shopping. Now, we didn't even get into the drivability of the vehicle or anything like that. We're not going to do all that today, but we are just showing you. I mean, look down here. It's missing the whole front fascia. So already, the other thing I've noticed too, I've driven this car before. Like right now when I'm standing right here, I'm smelling some kind of antifreeze smell. So there's stuff definitely going on with the car. 210,000 miles, of course. But what do you think? Should the car hold up a little better than that within 6 years with 200,000 miles? Would a Toyota be like this? I don't know. Does it have to do with the person that owned it? Or does the manufacturer play some kind of role as well? Thanks for watching, everybody. Please get in the comment section and let me know. I'm not trying to be a negatorian and really, stress you out or make you feel horrible. I'm just trying to explain to y'all and get some feedback from y'all in the comment section. We'll see you soon.
This week I made a video and oh boy, yeah, I think everybody seems